In a previous video, I roasted some book covers from my private community members, and you guys loved it. You found it super valuable. So this time, we're going to be roasting book covers from YouTube subscribers. I'm going to be roasting your book covers. Now, I filmed this last night just for fun, so I'm just uploading it, and then hopefully you guys find it valuable. And by the way, if you want me to roast your book cover in the next video, just leave the ASIN down below. I want to leave a pinned comment, and then you just reply to that pinned comment with your ASIN, and I'll make sure to include you in the next video. But anyway, let's go roast some book covers. So let's check out the book cover. You have good elements on your book cover, but they're not positioned correctly. If you make the right adjustments, it's going to amplify your book cover so much because you have the right elements, you just don't have the right sizing and the right positioning. That's it. If you make those two changes, you can drastically amplify this book cover. Super, super easy as well. It's just about knowing what you're doing. Okay, so this is your book cover. I'm literally just in Photoshop. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm not going to do it super, super good either. I'm just going to do it very roughly. Now check this out. The frame, I didn't copy the frames or anything else, but check this out. Now we have these two elements to play around with. And what we can do is literally just move them around and see how they work with each other. So the first thing I'm thinking about is maybe this person is here, or actually let's make this one bigger, because I think this one bigger would look amazing. Can you see if it's like slightly bigger, we can still tell it's a heart, but it takes up more space. And now these people, what I'm thinking is that this can overlap on the top. I would kind of change the font on this one because you kind of don't want, so this is more like a calligraphy font. If that's going to be your title, it's better if your like subtitle is a much simpler font or a contrasting font. You don't want to keep it the same because it makes it really hard to read, especially these calligraphy ones or like the complicated fonts. They're kind of difficult to read when they're small. So I would usually go for like a serif font. Anyway, right now I'm still just trying to show you the positioning. I'm going to take these hearts and separate them as well because I think we can play around with the hearts as well. There we go, something like this. So this is looking a lot better now. And then also I noticed you didn't have an author name. So I would probably put an author name right here. I don't know what your author name is going to be. And then whatever your subtitle is. Yeah, I hope you understand the point. Something like that. You can put this all the way at the top. You can put it somewhere here if you want. You can play around with it. I think you get the point. So now if we look at the before and after, it's a lot more dynamic. So even if you wanted to add like this kind of thing here, like I don't know if you want the frames, but if you want the frames, you can still add the frames as well. I kind of like the heart up there. It kind of attracts attention right there. So I think this heart, I'll keep it there. Something like that. So obviously this is not the best. Like I've only had like, what, 5 minutes to do it. But I'm just trying to adjust it. Don't look at the book cover itself, right? Just kind of look at how I kept the same elements and I just moved things around. So this is now and then this is before, right? Can you see? You still have the same elements. It's just, look at how small this is. Look at how much empty space there is around. The heart, it takes up a lot of space. But this one is just like right in your face. It's bleeding off the edge. It is more engaging. There's more pink in this. It's more balanced. I don't know if you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. But it's like, it's way more dynamic. You feel like you're part of that scene. And then when you see it from like thumbnail point of view, you can see which one looks better. You had the right thing, but right here, she was pointing to the subtitle and there's no contrast with her hand and the background. So you can't really see that she's pointing. But with this one, because it's a light pink that you chose for her shirt, and then it's a darker pink in the background, I can still see that her hand is pointing, right? Even though it's that small, right? I made a video on this. I talked about visual and text hierarchy. I'll leave a little eye thing that just popped up. If you just start playing around with these things, you can see that you can create some really, really good results, way more engaging covers, right? You have the elements. It's just you need to place them in the right place. And you can see, you just play around with it. Like, I didn't know this was going to be the end result. I'm just playing around with it. And this is still not the end result. I've only played around with it for 5 minutes. I'll sit on this for quite a while and see how many different variations I can do and how many different, I'll try different fonts and things like that. I'll just keep playing around with it. Just honestly have fun with it. Play around with it. Don't be super strict. Hopefully you can see how much more dynamic a book cover can look as long as you play around with the elements. Okay, with this one, I mean, it's a very simple cover. You did so many good things with it. Let me just put this in Photoshop as well. Okay, here's the thing. I love book covers, and when I look at book covers, there's so many, it's like my brain fires up because there's so many different possibilities that we can do to make the book cover look even better. If we do that, this video is basically going to be hours and hours and hours long. So what I'm going to do is for every book cover, I'm just going to have one thing that I would change to amplify the book cover. Just one thing. So with this book cover, you did a really good job with the background. I really like the background, the color, that brown color. I like the little texture or the little symbols in the back, right? Ingrained in the background. You have this grungy texture on the background. It looks really, really good. It matches like with this skeleton texture. I like that you have texture in your text as well. That looks really, really good. There's a few adjustments I would make, but the one main one that I would do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this guy and just make him a little bit bigger. That's it. That's what I want to do. You kind of want him to just go a little bit over the text, right? Just a little bit over, because that way it's kind of like he's on top of the text. It kind of gives it this really, really cool look. You can still read it, but the fact that it's a little bit on top, like obviously you'll play around with it. I can't really do much because all the colors are dark, but you're going to have separate layers for each thing. So you can just play around with the skeleton, see how big you can make him. Yeah, something like that. The fact that this is like overlapping, it's just one very, very simple thing that you can do, and it just makes it look so much better. Let's move on to another one. Okay, let's check this one out. This is like a kid's book. Okay, so super easy thing. First of all, before I judge you, here's how I like to think about it. If you have text, that text is probably one color, right? In this case, the text is white. Now, if you have one color text in the foreground, usually what you want to have is one color text in the background, right? That way it's like way easier to read it. So if you're in the, not in the highway, if you're driving, the stop sign, it says stop in white and it's only red in the back because they want you to make sure you see that it says stop, right? If they had like multi-column backgrounds, you're not going to be able to clearly read the word stop. Same thing with this. Right now, this one, this white is overlapping brown and then green, and then a little bit of blue up here. So it's like you have basically two colors in the background. If we count this blue as well, it counts as three. But I'm not going to count this blue. I'm not going to be that picky. But this one here, you have brown and green. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you could put it you can put it literally anywhere else on the cover and it will look awesome. Okay, let's see if AI does a good job of removing this. It did do a pretty good job at removing it. If you put it up here, it's much easier to read, right? Because it's just one color. It's like this dark background. If you put it somewhere up here, super easy to read, right? And again, like the background isn't the best, but what we can do is just remove those stars from the background. And there we go. That's clearly red. Let's look at one last one. Let's see. Loads of text. I like the balance. This is kind of cool. Again, playing around with the placement of everything. You literally just have to paste the things in the correct position. No one cares about evergreen twilight. Make that small. No one cares about that. Build confidence. Be stressed. Unlock your potential. Okay, build confidence, 1 line. Be stressed, 1 line. Unlock your potential, 2 lines. You just have to move things around. It's as simple as that. So this is the bullet points. It's the benefits, which is good, but they're basically the same size as everything else, which is bad. So we just have to play around with this. Let's start playing around with it one by one. So we put this on top. What is this? Great. This one, I want to try and make this big because it is important. I think we're going to play around with the teens later on as well. But anyway, we're going to make this big. This guy. Okay, let's just ignore this guy just for like 2 seconds. Let's just play around with the text first because we might just have to make it a text cover only. If you want this thing, you might play around with it. You can replace this with the guy if you want. If you think that would look better, then you're free to do whatever you want. But I think this one, it might be because you're going for teens and a more mature audience. I think it's nicer to keep it cleaner. Obviously, this is not the final result. I would still go and play around with the text. It's just I don't have time to play around with the text right now. Even if you flip this, like I'm not going to do the text, but I'll flip it. Yeah, so if the text was like that, that might be good as well. Right? Because it like kind of curves with this. So yeah, even if you zoom out, Mindset Mastery for Teens stands out instantly. Don't need to know everything else because I know that this book is for me. If I look at the thumbnail view, like this one looks a little bit messy and this one looks a little bit cleaner. I would still play around with the text, but it's just, sometimes simplicity makes it so much better. right? This one seems like there's too much going on. This one is kind of hard. It feels peaceful. And I think that's why you put these things over here in the corner. It's kind of like peace. And you have like the little stars or little elements. I really like this. It's really good. But again, it's hierarchy. Hierarchy is one of the most important things. But anyway, I hope you found this valuable.